Originally, we all lived off the land. First the hunter-gatherers and then the farmers. These farmers raised their livestock and grew their crops in a way that was more sustainable. They used resources to maintain a natural way of life. In the Crow River chapter of the Sustainable Farming Association of Minnesota, we strive to farm more in harmony with nature and the environment, to make our farms profitable, to learn from each other, and to directly connect with those who eat the food we produce. If we want to maintain the health of the river, then we need to pay attention to what we're putting into the land, into our bodies, and into the crops we grow. We want to do things naturally.
Mary and I own and operate Riverbend Farm. We've got 30 acres in vegetable production in a 4-year rotation. We grow a series of cover crops, green manure crops, to feed the soil bacteria, which actually produce the nutrients for our crops. Conventional agriculture just floods the soil with soluble nutrients and hopes that there's enough left at the end of the season for the crops to be productive. We take environmental conservation or land stewardship pretty seriously. That's why we have 2 years of soil building and 2 years of crop production. We're not doing continuous corn. We have buffer strips along the river to protect the waterways. We work with a community of independent restaurants. Most of our products go to restaurants that are locally owned. They're part of a vibrant food community in Minneapolis and in St. Paul. They believe in what they're doing. They believe in what we're doing. They pay a fair price for our products, so I can pay a fair wage to my workers and still be profitable. Part of what makes us successful is our relationship with local restaurants that serve local food, like Lucia's.
My name is Lucia Watson, and I was born and raised in Minneapolis, and I have Lucia's Restaurant, Lucia's Wine Bar, and Lucia's To Go. There's a number of reasons I use sustainably produced food here in my restaurant. As a chef, I am so inspired by the food that I get locally, especially this time of year when we get all the beautiful produce. I mean, just look at these radishes and onions and Greg's arugula. Even things like flowers, the fruit that I purchase to make the jams in my bakery, all of my wheat is locally produced here in Minnesota. Those things really, I feel like, build a solid relationship with the farmers, with my consumers, with my employees. Everyone involved in the food production chain becomes involved in the food that goes out on the plate. It just makes everything so much more meaningful. For me, really the best food is food that's both local and organic, like this one from Deb Pekowski from Star Thrower Farm.
I'm Deborah Pekowski. My husband and I got involved in agriculture in our mid-50s. We've been out here for about 3.5 years, and we raise Icelandic sheep for their meat, their milk, and their fiber. What makes our sheep unique is, one, they're purebred Icelandic, which is a primitive breed brought to Iceland about 1,100 years ago by the Vikings. They have a variety of color and patterns, 17 different colors and patterns. And they're truly a triple-purpose sheep. And by that I mean the meat is excellent, mild flavored, because it's grass-based, extremely healthy. The milk is extremely rich and excellent for cheese making. And the fiber is prized by hand spinners, so we do shear our flock twice a year. And we also harvest the pelts from the ram lambs that go to market. The 3 pillars of sustainable agriculture would be environmental stewardship, profitability, and prosperous farming communities.
Sustainable farming is simply this. It's a way of growing food that is healthy for you and healthy for our land and animals. It's a way of keeping our farms profitable so that we can continue to farm. It's a way of building strong rural communities. To find out more about sustainable farming and how you can become a member, please visit our website, www.sfa-mn.org. Sustainable farming. It's a healthy way to sustain us, now and for years to come, naturally.